One, two.
Okay, so I wanna try to tell you guys about and girls about the 6-volt LEDs. Now, this is a big problem in the 6-volt world. It's a problem that nobody could be seen at night. I think that's a big safety issue. Of course, a person could move to halogen that draws too much power from the generator. So a good option is LED. These are standard 12-volt LED bulbs. You could pick these up fairly cheap anywhere. eBay or wherever you could purchase this from. We're gonna do this as a comparison. We're gonna test these out as comparison. They're very bright, right? So then, what we're gonna use as a comparison. On the left-hand side, and then there is the same style, essentially, it's the 11 to 6. On the right-hand side is our LEDs. It could go from 5 through 18 volts. Now we're gonna do a little test. Notice how on the right-hand side it's much brighter than the left-hand side. The reason being is there's actually several fallacies to this bulb, which most manufacturers or wherever you may purchase it, they won't tell you. And on the right-hand side, did you notice how this was much brighter? It's because it's a good LED. So we're gonna go down here to test. Before we go further, I'd like to talk about the proof that it can go from 6 volt to 12 volt, which you're going to be able to do with a typical system. Let's start testing grounds. Over here, now notice the numbers is 12.94, which is a 12 volt range, and over here is the 7.5. Well, this is a 6 volt range. I really need to drop it, but I'll do that eventually. But I guarantee it could go for 6 volt system. Now we have a regular socket, and we'll begin with this style LED, the style that we talked about earlier, that can be picked up anywhere. Notice how they're really bright, but once you cover with the lens, it doesn't get brighter than your stock bulb. And if you were to put it at any angle, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be very brighter than stock. However, we have something that can solve that issue. You need a bulb to be brighter than your stock bulb, and you need to be seen at night. Notice this. Notice how bright it is. And on the 6 volt system, same brightness. It doesn't matter. Same thing with the angle. It doesn't matter. Same brightness. Say if your lens was positioned this way, and your socket were to go this way. This wouldn't be a problem because it would shine out. It would shine out. Unless you're talking about this was the problem. A lot of times, say if your lens is here and your socket position is downwards, the light will go down that way. It wouldn't talk about going straight out. That's a big problem with this style LED. But of course, this 6 volt system is excellent. We have all the grounds. We have negative. We have positive. We have negative ground, positive ground. The filaments, single, staggered, and if it's a double, tell me if the pins are straight or if they're staggered. Now, these are, just to let you know, as a side note, these are slightly longer than your stock, maybe 1154 bulb and stock 1157 volt, by very small. Maybe if you could see that where the line ends going forward is about, I'm not exactly sure, but that's the extra length. We also have a shorter version, which we'll talk about that a little later. Now, talking about this, we have also these, the third brake lights. There are third brake lights. We have these for a 6 volt system and a 12 volt system. The main difference between the two is how the mounting position. Notice the mounting position is in the middle. These are meant to be in the back window, in the interior. The plastic construction. You got 2 mounting holes, and also the other version is the middle mount. Just tell me if you need 6 volt or 12 volt. These aren't ranging from 5 through 18 volts. And for you 12 volt guys, I'd like to talk about this right here. So this is 12 volt negative ground. If we go from here, okay, so red would be positive, and over here, notice how it's like a Christmas tree now. These are fairly simple to mount. All you got, there's adhesive, if you want 3M adhesive. Just cut the surface. Just clean your surface, stick it on, and you're gone. You're good. Red is power. The black is ground. Or if you purchase two, just cut it, solder it, however long you want. We'll talk about that more later. But if you have any questions, please tell me. I know this is the introduction. We'll probably go into more detail later. All right, thank you guys.